What a great audience. Happy Friday, everybody. It's right. We made it. Thank you for being here. We love having you. We are back with our live studio audience. By the way, coming up tonight, right here in studio, Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio will be here. Also, we have our, right? He's doing a great job. Along with our great American panel. Later, more explosive whistleblower testimony about how our DOJ has been weaponized. Also, AOC is having a little bit of trouble. She might be in legal trouble. We'll explain straight ahead, and I may even shock you and defend her. Hold on. You don't know what I'm going to do yet. Stay tuned. All right, but first, Joe Biden, well, he is continuing to keep us all in suspense and waiting. Take a look.
Beg your pardon?
When will you announce your re-election, sir?
When I announce it.
I don't think he knows it's Friday. Now, the 80-year-old sitting president just won't say whether he plans to run for a second term, although his wife Jill said it for him. That does not exactly inspire any confidence in me. But if he ultimately does decide to run, it looks like it'll be back to the basement bunker for Joey, who is reportedly now enlisting prominent Democrats to travel and speak on his behalf because he's likely not capable. Look at this number. Already 68% of you, the American people, think that Joe is way too old to run for re-election. And in a poll released only last month, that's it, only 16% said that they were better off financially under Joe Biden. Now, remember, with or without Biden, the 2024 election is well underway. Let's take a look. Donald Trump just released that ad. Now, he did announce his bid last November. We also have Nikki Haley. We have Vivek Ramaswamy, who's running. A few others are officially in the race. Look for Senator Tim Scott, former VP Mike Pence, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, possibly Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, Larry Hogan, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Chris Christie, New Hampshire Governor Sununu, all possible contenders. And we will know by this time next year who's likely to get the nomination. Anyway, both DeSantis and Trump are poised to visit Iowa this month. That is the site of the first Republican caucus. In multiple polls now, the duo are leading 1 and 2 the Republican field, with Trump as the latest Fox News poll in first place. And while Republicans are moving full steam ahead, Democrats, they are in complete disarray. Now, with Joe Biden's approval rating underwater, he is in deep trouble. And by the way, seeking a second term is not exciting pretty much anybody. But as they say, you can't teach an old dog a lying dog face, pony show, something. I forgot what he... Yeah, exactly. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, but despite his tanking poll numbers, Biden is doubling and tripling down on his awful policies. New today, an accidentally leaked internal memo from the administration showing that Biden is prioritizing, once again, climate considerations over, quote, greater energy security. Wow, that compromises our national security. Remember, oil, gas, coal is the lifeblood of our economy. Period. End of sentence. And also new today, he announced another aid package to Ukraine, this time another $400 million of your dollars. Now, Biden refuses to allow Ukraine to have sophisticated warplanes that has been offered by other European countries. That would put them in parity with Vladimir Putin and could possibly, hopefully, end the war quickly. Instead, he's funding what is now becoming a deadly quagmire, all at your expense, even saying this war may go on 3 more years from today. Now, clearly, we have not learned from Iraq or Afghanistan, and Joe Biden is clearly not fighting or allowing the Ukrainians to fight and win. He's not allowing Ukraine to fight and win, and Europe is now paying next to nothing compared to the American taxpayers. Now, if you're not going to fight a war to win the war, stop wasting the American taxpayers' dollars. Now, right? If you're going to fight, fight to win. Donald Trump beat the caliphate because he fought to win and he bombed the living hell out of them. And he did win the war. But it worked. But the reckless spending doesn't stop there. Joe continues to push his very unconstitutional plan to pay off student loans with your hard-earned tax dollars. Don't you love this idea? You empower your government to take other people's money to pay for a loan that you signed your name on that you said you would pay back. Why should someone else have to pay back your loan? Anyway, it's so bad that even the Washington Post, they were forced to question the plan's legality. And meanwhile, his own party is now turning against him. House Democrats feel betrayed by his apparent flip-flop on the D.C. crime bill, which would significantly reduce penalties for violent criminals. AOC publicly criticized Biden over his change of heart to her millions of Twitter followers. And privately, it's even worse because according to one House Democrat, quote, hundreds of his colleagues are panicking over the prospect of a weak, frail, cognitive mess who will be 82 years old if he runs again. But even as the crisis pile up, well, Joe is once again off to Delaware for the weekend. Of course he is. For much-needed R&R, but we don't know and won't know who he's going to be meeting. We never know that question, an answer to that question. Anyway, and that brings us to the Biden blunders of the week. You're going to love it. Take a look.
By the way, there's an awful lot of really good Republicans, but the MAGA Republicans are a different breed of cat. No, they're not bad or good. They're very different. And by the way, you know, I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid. But I'm not joking. If they have to pay out $159 billion less, you think I'm joking? I want to make it clear. I'm going to raise some taxes. I'm going to raise some taxes.
When will you announce your re-election, sir?
When I announce it. You think I'm joking, I'm not. And I had a nurse named Pearl Nelson, military. She'd come in and do things that I don't think you learn in medical school, nursing school. She'd whisper in my ear. I couldn't understand her. She'd whisper, she'd lean down. She'd actually breathe on me to make. Look, folks. Anyway, I don't want to get started.
That's your president. Now, when Biden wasn't mumbling, bumbling, stumbling around this week, he was laughing about children dying from fentanyl. Take a look at this shocking and, frankly, disgusting video. Take a look.
A little bit of more Marjorie Taylor Greene and a few more, you're going to have a lot of Republicans running our way. Ours, the reason she was very specific. I shouldn't digress, probably. I've read. She was very specific recently, saying that a poor mother who lost 2 kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons. Well, the interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration. Look, folks. Anyway, I don't want to get started.
Can't help himself.